Hi, I'm Keith McAvoy and I'm a Success Catalyst. And I help people to make the most out of their lives, to be successful and to live the fulfilling life that everyone deserves. So we're going through the 5 success myths. So we've gotten to number 3. And number 3 is one that I struggled with for a long time. And it's this one. There is an optimal work-life balance. News for you, there isn't. And there's a lot of news in the media about, oh yeah, if you do this, you do that, you'll have the work-life balance that you want. It's very stressful if you're going to follow this line of thinking down. I just want to explain why. I did a lot of traveling. I spent basically 3 years away in another continent for at least a week a month. So a lot of stress, a lot of poor family. Even when I was home, I was on the phone the whole time at the weekends. And internally, I was looking for this magical work-life balance that you could see out there and talked about. And people would come on a news program and tell you, oh, all you've got to do is do X, Y, and Z, and you've got your perfect work-life balance. So I did a lot of research on it. Believe me, this is the holy grail for me. I wanted this to happen. And what I realized is it's actually not true. And there's a good reason why it's not true. And there's also a good reason, and thank God it's not true. If you think about work and life, they're actually part of us. We don't have this big black line between us that says, oh, this is my work and this is my life. You're your own person. You do both, right? And how you do both, what you do in your life affects your work. What you do in your work affects your life. And the idea that there's somehow a magical way that we can sort of just do our life and just do our work is not true, because it puts a lot of stress on us. So for example, I had the idea that at 7 o'clock on a Friday I'd be able to just turn off my laptop and turn off my phone and that would be it. But that actually generated more stress for me, because part of my work involved being able to respond to certain events. And because I wasn't able to respond to them, or I put that on myself, my mind was whirling and worrying the whole time about, well, why haven't I done this? And the opposite was also true, because I had this idea that, well, I'm in work, I've got to do X, Y, and Z, and I can't think about family, and I can't just phone up and organize that event or the doctor's appointment for my kid. Of course I could have. And where I failed was I was trying to balance them rather than realize, actually, no, they're one and the same to me. I just, at certain hours of the day, I prioritize one over the other. That's all it is. And the other thing that made a huge difference for me was I realized that because they were linked together, I made sure that I understood how they were linked. So I now have my life, what I want out of life, and I now have my work, and my work supports that. So things that I want out of life, I would love to be an honest and trustworthy and well-regarded person. So when I'm there on my deathbed, everyone goes, yeah, you did all that. Well, guess what? While I'm in work, I'm directly contributing to that important goal for me. So work is absolutely part of my life. And now I see that when I'm in work, I am, I'm able to test those skills. I'm able to push that. I'm also able to appreciate work for what it is. Work is the way I get the resources to do some of the things that I want to do out of life. So I no longer have this fighting work-life balance. I've merged them together, and everyone who I've spoken to about this agrees that work-life balance, that there isn't this magic line. You've got to go and appreciate they're both together and recognize what's good about work, recognize what's good about life, and make them merge. At the same time, recognize what's not good about work and what's not good about life and do something about it.